Age is just a number, but it's a variable which limits your potential exponentially and dramatically. How many kids under 19 can run 10 kilometers a day today? Basic exercise is ignored in the name of comfort. Health is compromised in the name of food. It takes strong willpower and utmost dedication to fight the temptations of the modern world and stay healthy and happy. But that comes naturally to Mr. PrakruthiVanam Prasad sir, who registered his organization as PrakruthiVanam and lived with nature all his life. It's an honor talking to you once again, sir. Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, Dinesh, thank you for calling me to the conversation.
As a farmer, one must have a strong understanding of how human life is dependent on soil. With a lot of efficient farmers in India, where do you think the whole generation of farmers misunderstood and sent their kids away from the soil to the cities in the pursuit of money?
Because the man is thinking that he is the only creature on the earth created by the God, and whatever the existence, that life on the earth, merely they look down. So this is a miserable condition, that we are part of the nature, and farmer only have the access to the soil and to the plants, to different beings in the nature. So the basic activity the best activity of a human can be measured with agriculture, because man is the only creature who can grow food for themselves. So this has made a man a super person among all the creatures. What has happened now? We are now going away from agriculture, thinking that someone will produce food for you in different continent, or some other forest can give you food. It was true that olden days, every part of food used to come from the forest. People who are living near the forest, inside the forest, collect different foods from the forest and hunt in the forest, live there, and forest was hugging them like mother, like any other creature, birds or other animals in the forest. Now we have come out and started doing agriculture. At least 5,000 years before we got civilization in India, we started this agriculture as per the ancient scripts and all that. So what happened? We came to know that cattle grazing and living with cattle, depending on the cattle for farming and livelihood, can give you sustainable living. This is what is being told, practiced by our ancestors for thousands of years. Very simple. See, modern science, whatever they are saying, no vaccine away from corona. After 2 years, they say, no, vaccine, deaths will happen, floods will happen, lot of side effects, many people died because of vaccine. Okay, many people would have survived because of vaccine. That also may be true. But so these are all short gain, not tested. Time tested is, agriculture in India is time tested for thousands of years. So you get the cattle, rear them and domesticate them. After the dung and the products from the cows, they dump the cattle manure into the soil and see that the soil microbes get energized by utilizing the natural manures, and they produce the nutrients wanted by the crops, and crops will give them back the nutrients in the form of juices into the root zone. So they secrete, and the bacteria and other life below the soil, they enjoy it. This was the connection, and the connection used to be binding with the help of cow-based farming. Here, maybe cattle-based farming in Rajasthan, or some sheep-based farming in elsewhere. So this was what was happening. Cows can domesticate well into our culture. So the calves, male calves particularly, they can do plowing, they can do the soil management with the help of male cows. No diesel, no petrol, no global warming, no greenhouse gases. Of course, mother milk is the best. Nothing can replace that. But in the absence of mother milk, people started using Deshi cow's milk for so many years. So slowly the adaptation for Deshi cow milk or the products out of milk, maybe curd, maybe ghee, maybe buttermilk, many other things, maybe cheese, many things used to happen, and slowly we got used to it. That's why now they say Deshi cow ghee is good, the buttermilk is good. All this is happening because we are being used to it. That's all. Nothing special in that. So what happened? No diesel for agriculture. In the absence of mother milk, you can use the cow's milk, desi cow milk, and it can give you a lot of manures for your cattle. Save diesel and petrol. Wow. So that's why the cattle has become an integral part of our culture, and they became like our family members. That's why in many movies we see Ramu. They used to call them by name with a lot of love towards cattle. In Anantapur district in Rayalaseema, they used to have cattle very next to them. Where they sleep, they have to see the cattle there, right? Before them, inside the house. So such is the dignity that was given to the cattle by the farmer. So what happened? All this sustainability for hundreds and thousands of years has been diminished with the green revolution, which happened about 50 years ago in India, maybe 80 years or 100 years ago in America or whatever. So they started putting a lot of chemical manures in the soil. So like we don't relish eating so many tablets, like the bacteria and the microbe, the different fungi in the soil, mycorrhiza, all these things, they don't relish pesticides and fungicides and the chemical manures being dumped into the soil. So they are becoming less day by day. The humus, the organic carbon, OC, which used to be around 2 to 3% in the soils, has diminished to 0.3 in most of the soils in India. So unless you put the chemical manures, you are unable to grow any crop. So slowly the nutrition out of the produce that is coming out from the soil is so less that whatever the quantity you are eating, even more quantity, the people are suffering with a lot of diseases like low hemoglobin for women. More than 68% of the people has less than 10%, particularly women. We think that we are eating very rich food, but there is no nutrition. They think cashew may be good, but cashew naturally grown, the rice or bajra or jowar naturally grown are entirely different from what you grow out of chemicals. It relates directly to the human health also, because nowadays we see a lot of women are suffering with lack of hemoglobin, maybe less than 8, less. Many people have even 6 HB hemoglobin. The anemic women are unable to conceive. Even if they conceive, the growth of the child is very slow, very weak. So, like we put urea and DAP in the soil and grow the plants, the doctors will prescribe them folic acid, zinc, iron, so many tablets, and the child will grow in spite of the mother's health being spoiled. Because right from the birth of the same mother, his mother was anemic. She came out of a womb from a mother who is very weak. And she started producing much more weaker progeny from her side. So this has led to weak and weaker human beings being produced. That's why when we were children, about 40 years ago, the people used to be very strong. Particularly people, students from village used to be very strong, height, everything was quite heavy. Nowadays, I see 10th class people are looking like 5th class people. And engineering students are only less than 5 feet. I'm seeing within a span of 30 years, a lot of changes. This will lead to a drastic downfall in the whole humanity. So as we think so much of technology has come out, and we all are now very advanced with technology and medicine. But what is happening at the root, the grassroots level is very dangerous. Unless we throw pesticides and chemical manure to the soil, we are not getting crops because we have spoiled the soil. Like that, the human race, by eating the non-nutritious junk food, cool drinks, all packaged foods, they eat that and they're spoiling their health. And the whole humanity is coming to a dangerous point. For food security, because the soils are gone, and health, a single small virus like corona, they are unable to sustain immunity. This is very dangerous. 100 days back, we had that Spanish flu, which was very virulent, and many people died. For that, we came out, and out of this evolution for thousands of years or 2.5 lakh of years from modern human being, would have faced many issues like disease, drought, so many issues. Because we had courage, mental and physical strength, we came out of all that. Why is this happening for society now? This kind of what you call unrest, fear for food security, all this because we lost the connect to the nature. Earlier, without science being discussed openly like this, many people knew that what our ancestors were doing, like preserving their own seed, having their own technology to protect them from pests and disease, and protecting the natural resources like rivers, tanks, surface water, forests, trees, doing pujas, and making the forest itself they claim as a god, and respecting every animal and seeing God in every animal and protecting them. All this was leading to a better life for the humanity, particularly in India. But for the last 50 years, we did so much damage to the soil and agriculture practices. Now we don't see anybody coming to the farming except very few people who are got vexed with the city life. They are coming back to the villages and starting agriculture in a small way. And agriculture is not a single man show like a movie. The hero will come and he will do after one song, the crop will flourish like this and he will sell. So this all cannot happen because it's a teamwork. Even to make a movie or to do agriculture, anything is even house woman. It's a teamwork. The husband has to work, the children, there's many. So this has been missing. So agriculture, even if you read some book on agriculture, so many publications and start, it's not possible. The basic knowledge inculcated by the elders for centuries, how to grow, which seed to put, what season, which seed is companion to others, how to grow navadhanya, that means 9 different crops in a single place in a particular season and to collect them. It's all big science, yeah. It cannot have just said like that. So all this knowledge is getting eroded because farmers are being looked down in our country. If you accept or not, this is a fact. That's why many people are going back to the cities and working in a clumsy atmosphere, polluted places, eating some junk there and spoiling their health for a cause of some money, and leaving a respectable job like agriculture, growing their own food. I'm not saying everybody should take up agriculture and earn 100 crores or have a turnover and all that. You have your own farm where you grow your own food, good vegetables without pesticides. Have in your backyard some guava fruit, some mangoes, some sitafal, some jackfruit. Nicely, any season you have fruits and nice veggies and organic food, jawar roti and ragi mudda. Finished. Now you are happy. You can live with 5,000, 4,000, maybe 6,000. Finished. Why do you want to earn 2 lakhs and keep on spending that money in Jubilee Hills and Amirpet or spend for your beauty parlor or what nonsense? That's not the way to live. If you look back. So it's a concern that protecting environment and the soil, particularly, is a big question now. The next generation, you should be able to give the natural resources as they are 50 years ago. Now you have spoiled them to an extent where it is very difficult to repair them back. For that, at least from now, you should start regenerating your soils by adding a lot of organic matter and Sunem, Sesbania, all that green manuring, and give food to the microbes in the soil. What is soil? Soil is life, yeah. Soil has life. 1 gram of soil will have 100 crores microbes. How many billions? 1,000 million. That means 1 billion. 1 billion in 1 gram. This is being told by a scientist, Pakarlamudi Vijay Kumar. I was amazed. 1 gram of soil will have 1 billion microbes. So that microbes, if you feed them, they feed you through the plants. Nutritious food. So you eat bajra grown out of natural resources, 2 bajra roti, some dal, some vegetable. Finished. The whole day will be jumping with joy. Eating so much biryani, so much of junk food, so much of pizza, burger, taking cool drinks, colas and all that, spoiling your health. Why people at 20 are suffering with so many diseases? Thyroid gone, BP sugar is very common, D3 deficiency because they are not going to the sun. Every day we walk 7 kilometers. Once in a way we test ourselves for 10 kilometers. And it has become so easy for us. Now people, if there is no power, your one floor, they are not able to climb. And if you start Janaganamana in the sun, 10% is gone. By the end of national anthem, half the people are down. Even for 5 minutes, they can't sustain the sun. And doctors are saying, go to the sun, get D3, so that your calcium is good, your bones are active, your metabolism is good, you are active. They knew everything. But they become so weak mentally and physically, how they can move on with their life and give this country an energetic young generation to make India incredible? This is my question.
What was your cue to realize that you were right in choosing the organic when they were doing all of this? What was your rebellion?
See, when I completed my engineering from Bangalore University, I came back in 85. And I was assisting my father because we had a lot of issues, water problem, borewell fails, and the crops. My father was growing old. He has big plans to do aromatic plants, medicinal plants, so many vegetables, cauliflower, broccoli, baby corn, sweet corn, muskmelon, watermelon, seed production, cross-pollination, emasculations, so many technical issues. Though I was an engineer, I had to learn agriculture to sustain our activity, So what I thought, I would finish off all my father's problems or family problems and run off to America. That's what I was thinking. But later, when I got deep into agriculture, this is what I'm enjoying now. I can't see when you are deep into something, you can't escape and go, no? So now we have our own cattle, about 50 cattle, deshi cattle. We have a nice milk out of them, and then do buttermilk, super quality buttermilk. So tasty they are, and our ghee. We're enjoying our vegetables. We grow ganna, that is sugarcane, and make our own jaggery. And millet processing we have. Now the United Nations has declared this year as the International Year of Millets. Entire world is talking about our jowar, bajra, ragi, and foxtail millet, and little millet, and all that. So this is a beautiful respect for our country, that still we have so much of biodiversity in our food. In American stores, if you remove corn, soya, and wheat, it's zero, nothing. But we have so much of food, so many different grains used by our elders in different regions. Not the grain which is very common in our place may not be seen in a place which is 50 kilometers away. So much of it, because they have been time tested again, that this particular grain can grow well, and this particular grain, if you eat, you are energetic, and the grass and the stumps out of those grains are feeding the cattle well. This kind of knowledge was time tested, may not be recorded properly, but people knew that eating traditional local food is very good, very energetic. They used to do very tasty food also with the local grains. Not that only pizza and burger are tasty. I don't relish it actually. There are more tasty foods out of our traditional crops like ragi, jowar, and bajra. Of course, rice has become dominated every grain now. This has been used by most of the South Indians, like wheat in North India. Now it is time that The production and the consumption of rice should come down drastically to replace with millets. This is a mission of the United Nations, which is now advising entire world to go for consumption of millets to improve the basic human health and to conserve nature also, because the millets doesn't need Nagarjuna Sagar and Srisalam projects to accumulate water and then feed so much of water, so much of inputs. Just with 2 rains, 3 rains, it will come. And the grains are so hard, even rats cannot eat them even after 5 years or 10 years, because the sheath is like a karna having an apron on his body, so strong. Unless you pound them or use some mechanism to remove the skin, you can't use them. You can't eat them. So hard they are. So people now lack the knowledge how to remove the skin. Earlier they used to pound and do many activities to make to collect the food and make them palatable. Now they lack the knowledge. So the machinery has come out now to remove the skin and to make rava, flours and all that. So that's all slowly picking up. So that is the beauty of the millets, because you have to store the rice in a very protected environment, so that the rodents, pests and diseases, fungus, everything will attack the rice. Whereas millets, nothing. Ragi, the finger millet, nothing will happen. 2 years, keep it in your no pest, no disease, no fungus. Such a beautiful thing. Even our high fiber millets like foxtail millets, kodo millet, proso millet, barnyard millet, brown top millet, all these millets, they have very strong sheath. So unless you remove, you can't use them. Whereas bajra, jowar and ragi, that is finger millet, you can straight away pound them, make them powder and rava, and you can use them. So the usage of bajra, jowar and ragi has picked up, whereas the usage of other high fiber millets like kodo, barnyard, foxtail, all this is been diminished, because the man has lost the ability to make them fit for palatable after pounding and all that. They are now missing that activity. All the elders are gone now. So it is the right time that the youngsters should be able to at least grow their own vegetables, because vegetables are one very key issue where you will have contaminated, you will be eating very contaminated vegetables with so many sprays and chemical manures. So if one can have the access to organic vegetables, he is the richest person in the world. And one can have access to homegrown fruit crops, he is the richest person in the world. So a farmer, when he is going back to his house, should carry some fruits, some papaya, deshi papaya, some guava, some black jamun, and some veggies. Take them home and have them with your food. Your health is guaranteed, assured. So no need of fear for any disease, no need of getting hospitalized. You will be very fit. Your hemoglobin will shoot up to 14 if you start using millets and curry leaves and palak and organically grown vegetables. And bajra particularly, the hemoglobin is the biggest issue for women in our country. If you start using palak, curry patta, curry leaf and bajra particularly, and ragi, that is finger millet, and jaggery, good organic black good, super. To start using them within a month, your hemoglobin will shoot up 2%. If you are 8, you will become 10. If you are 10, it will become 12. And when it becomes 12, beyond 12, you can be energetic throughout the day. You need not fear for getting tired easily or postponing things. All this can be ruled out. So this is my advice. At least When you go back to your home, involve in agriculture, make a nice group with elderly people who are well versed with agriculture knowledge. Don't let them migrate to the cities, because the knowledge which is useful in the villages, particularly in agriculture, should not be left over in the villages. When they are shifted to cities, the knowledge is gone forever, which is very dangerous. So you all should think about it. After 10 or 15 years, when the food crisis comes and everybody wanted to grow agriculture, it's very difficult. You can't read books and take on agriculture. Somebody was reading a book, How to Swim. First point is to push your water from right hand below your tummy and move your left hand. By the time he remembered the third sentence, he was drowned. Like that, agriculture, you can't read books and do agriculture. It's a teamwork. So this is very crucial for younger generation. I wish younger generation, at least they have to they get involved when they go back in the weekends, or if they can go and do organic farming. Your rooftop agriculture has picked up in urban cultures. A lot of companies are now providing desi seeds, so that you can reuse the seeds many times, which is not allowed in developed countries. You can't reuse your seed; you have to buy from a company. Whereas in our country, still from tomato, you just squeeze tomato and get your tomato seeds. One brinjal plant, you just leave it a healthy brinjal plant, collect 10 fruits out of them and have your own brinjal for entire your life, forever. So this beauty, which is already present in India, is slowly getting diminished. If youngsters can bring back that in your own village, don't think of the entire country. You think of your own family, your own house, your own village first, and keep doing it. That will mean to spread to the entire world in the future. This is my advice.
Can you tell us a little about your childhood and tell us about the grind strength that you have experienced? I know climbing hills was one of your favorite, but what other adventures excites you?
See, the life itself was adventurous. Nobody taught us how to ride a cycle. Nobody taught us how to swim. And nobody taught us how to climb a coconut tree. We just climbed. We can't come down. Somehow with run out shirts and all, we came down. So the childhood days, whatever was required was just happening. We didn't have any training. So like friends, we all go together, mountains and climb there. Sometimes we miss in the forest. We all sleep there somewhere in the temple there, old temple, and come back. So these are all beautiful experiences that we had. Now children are not left on their own. No, they are always around the elders. They say that you are so much of freedom, you can do anything by roping them out with a thread, invisible thread. They say you can go, you have freedom to do. Where are you living? If elders are not there, then they release the real freedom. So this has been missing in the current days. Earlier, after school, nobody will bother. No tuitions, no extra classes, nothing, no. We used to play. Once the school is over, 2 hours we play like anything in the school itself and come back. By the time we come back at 7:38, we are so tired, we just eat and sleep, that's all. That was the beauty of the life. We drove motorcycle, many things, whatever was required present day, we all learned in our childhood only. So, I just, what should I say? We were just living with whatever is required. Education was required, so we studied. My childhood was just municipal school and Jilla Parishad school and government schools. Our Telugu teacher, Munitippai Shetty Garu, whenever I speak in Telugu, I used to remember his name, and I can speak definitely a very fluent Telugu than in English. So I always remember him. What a Telugu he taught us. And our drill sir who taught us maths, and our social teacher. There are beautiful teachers, no? Not we didn't have that fear of failing or getting first rank. No pressure at all. Now with 1 mark less from 98 to 97, this will be put to a different section. Finished. The parents are told, "What you change is not he got only 1 mark to 1 mark less. He was 99. We were expecting 100. He became 98. What nonsense here! This is ridiculous, and children are really suffering. Their childhood is being taken away by teachers and parents together. Both are the parents are now very busy in earning them money and properties for them, and teachers are busy in making them marks earning missions. And this is very sad part on the children. They are I don't know whether how they feel. Entire games they are playing on the cell phone only. Entire games, including cricket, everything. They don't have strength. Like violent chicken they have become. With low hemoglobin, no energy. One floor they can't go up. They can't bicycle. Very few people where the parents are very conscious. They are joining them in sports schools, training them, giving them active sports like Coco, volleyball, shuttle, and basketball. Very active games. Very few people. Otherwise, many people are attracted to cricket now. Cricket is also very good, but sacrificing the whole life for cricket is not good. It's not an active game. So, you should think about it. So, our childhood was very just like that. It is gone very happily. So, our schools used to have Jilla Parishad meets, sports meets. In some college, maybe 15 kilometers away. We go stay there. Morning we go for play our games and all that. And evening we used to walk and come back. 15 kilometers. So this was the beauty. So that energy still is lively in our daily life. This is taking us forward now. Even at 60, we are able to do all this. Climbing of hills, swimming non-stop for maybe 15, 20, half an hour. All this is happening. And being close to nature, whatever the diseases that we encountered, like acidity, ulcer, some issues, they're all been under check because of our lifestyle and organic.
Every mother is a personal doctor to their kid, who understands the health and feeds them the right food. What was your mother's or grandmother's role in finding the connection between food and health? What was your journey there?
See, when my grandmother was there, it was only the right food available in the market. There is no junk food. So naturally, they used to have ghee out of nice milk, made it curd, churned, and perfectly done ghee. And a lot of sweets out of ghee. So many nice foods we used to have. Because grandmothers were knowing and my mother was also knowing. Now the recent mothers, they don't know what is good food because they were eating only junk. Many of them. And how can they teach their children what is good, what is not? And when you say your hemoglobin is very less, you have to eat bajra roti and all that, and they think that it is like a medicine. So they lost the technique of providing them a very tasty, healthy food. Now they think healthy food means no taste. Tasty food means no health. So 30 years ago, it was a tasty, healthy food. Yeah, that is a beauty our elders had. So that is the main aspect which has to be carried from generations to generation, which is missing because of this MNCs wanted to promote their own foods by putting into the advertisements on the TV and the thing, continuously bombarding them. Use this paste, use this. There's so many things. This soap, that cool drink, this one. So much of advertisement that children are unable to escape from these advertisements. So the elders and the teachers should educate them that why this advertisement is happening, because they are unable to sell. Otherwise, why should they put it in a very peak time in the evening, spending crores of rupees and keep on advertising that? Because they want to make 1,000 crores out of a cool drink or out of a junk food. And people should educate the children particularly. How do you educate them? By providing them a very tasty, healthy food. So do a trial, a colorful, how this big companies are tracking them, children, about the taste and all that. You should be able, the mothers should be able to understand that and give them that kind of tasty, healthy food. They should try that in the house. You have a lot of social media giving YouTube videos how to make a very tasty porridge, their tasty bread out of millets and many things. So you should try that, and by the time child comes from the school, he should be given a surprise that today a different tasty food will be available from my mother, from my home. Then his mind will not go for a junk food. So when you don't have time to spend in the house for the health of your own house mates, how a multinational company will take care of you, providing you, saying the back of the packet that this has so much protein, so much minerals, all nonsense. Nobody will give you a right food except your mother and grandmother in your house. So this we should teach our children and encourage them by giving them colorful, healthy, tasty food. It is possible with a green juice from palak, put it in idli and make a green idli with some carrots on that, so that it's looking green and red. Then you call it some Thai food or some other name you give it. Then the child is happy. Oh, my mother is like that. You should do something now for the children. Otherwise, like eagles, they will come and take away your children to the maximum spoilage for their health and food and habits and livelihood, everything, life, everything is gone. So you should be very careful, mothers, to see, like a hen protecting their children, the chicks. You should be able to look at what is happening every day, where these people are carried away by the big companies. Very important.
In the name of beauty, a lot of women choose dieting. They look good outside, but strength-wise, they might not be strong enough to carry these day-to-day activities. So what is your suggestion?
The women who wanted to become slim and wanted to diet, first they should check their hemoglobin, HB. If it is about 12, only then they should go for any diet. If it is already 6, and these people are again dieting with some fruit juice, some honey water, some other vegetable juice and all that, the nutrition is definitely not sufficient. They are going to end up with serious problems. The dieting should happen in such a way that there is no malnutrition in the food what you are taking. It should be rich in proteins. It should be also carrying carbohydrates which are required for your body. It should have fiber. It should have minerals. Such kind of food they should eat, and with the food with high fiber like millets and seasonal fruits and vegetables. They should not be feeling hungry for at least 6 to 8 hours. Then that is the right food. Now we are all consuming fast foods and maybe the food made out of rice, polished rice, where the bran is removed. So entire riboflavin, B complex, everything is gone. Simple carbohydrate. You make dosha, idli, whatnot, upma, everything with that kind of rice. Eat them, and it is getting digested quickly, and you are hungry again, and again you eat. For 6 times, 7 times, you are eating the entire day. You are becoming more obese. If your food has high fiber, like jowar, bajra, ragi, and millets with a lot of vegetables. Then eat in plenty in the morning. That is the right diet. Plenty. And leave for 8 to 10 hours. Nothing. Evening you have only fruits. Seasonal fruits. Not the fruits which are available entire. You can eat them, but I don't recommend. I recommend only seasonal fruits, which come in the season and go away. Like mangoes, custard apple, jackfruit, black jamun, guava, sapota, mosambi, oranges, all these fruits, seasonal fruits in the night. Finish, you will be very healthy. And have til and jaggery for 2 days along with your breakfast. Til jaggery, that is sesame, is til, and black jaggery. It will have a lot of calcium, and jaggery has iron with minerals, superfood, along with your breakfast. And 2 days with the peanuts and jaggery. Peanuts you soak this much in the night, and then along with your breakfast, so much of peanuts and this much of good. And 2 days with coconut and good. Coconut, fresh coconut, if possible. Super. And curry patta, curry leaves in the morning. Maybe 10, this much of curry leaf. Raw coconut curry leaves. Along with ragi, finger millet porridge. Only ragi flour with good. Early morning, 3 glasses. Just mix ragi flour, boil it, finished. Get ragi. Nothing, you add nothing. If you are diabetic, don't add good or jaggery. If you are not diabetic, add organic good. Morning 3 glasses, if you consume, your gut, whatever damaged gut, mucous membrane and the gut bacteria will regenerate within a month. Within 1 week, you will get rid of your acidity, gastric trouble, burps, all this. Within 3 days, it will go. Within 1 week, you are perfect. Within 1 month, your gut microbiome will improve. Morning, that is the with curry leaf. And go for 1 hour brisk walking. If possible, 1 minute run, 1 minute you walk. 1 minute you run, 1 minute you walk. Then the circulation will improve so much that your brain will, each cell in your brain will get sufficient oxygen, so that the entire day will be active. See to yourself, do it to yourself. And by the time you leave your home, have plenty of food. You can have 15 idli if you want at a time, out of millets, not rice. Out of ragi. Idli with ragi, rava, or jowar, bajra, whatever. You can have plenty of them. Tasty, you make sambar, chutney, everything. Eat well and just forget about food for the entire day till evening. No coffee, no tea, no cold drink except water. That too when you are thirsty. Don't take too much of water, 4 liters, 5 liters, and always in the bathroom. That's not required. If you are conscious, your body will say you are thirsty, you are hungry, you are sleepy, you have headache, you have pain in the leg, rest it. All that, like a mother, it will teach you. You should just be conscious, that's all. Then what happened? You start your food at 8 o'clock in the morning, 8 hours you eat. 8, 16. That means 4 o'clock, your last meal finished. And 16 hours, no food. It's called intermittent fasting. Then autophagy, you Google and see. AUTO-PHAGY. Autophagy means repairing mechanism with your own body will start happening. So all your diseased cells which are being damaged, all these things are eaten away by the strong cells. It's called autophagy. It's a cleanup mechanism. Suppose if 10 people are coming to your home, after they go away, you have to clean up all your utensils, right? Like that, you eat well, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Leave for 8, you will close your food by 2, 3 o'clock with light food. Evening only fruits, 4 o'clock. And stop your food. 1 or 2 days, you may be little hungry, just drink water, your body gets tuned to it, finished. After that, nothing will happen. Then, intermittent fasting will happen and autophagy will. So, Ekadashi Upavasa, that means fasting the entire day, once in 14 days. This was been practiced by elders. I don't have any scientific reason why Ekadashi day. Since I don't have any scientific reason, I follow it because elders are following it. Instead of first and you can also have first and 15th, if not Ekadashi. If you believe in ancestral things, you can Ekadashi entire day is fasting. That means today sunset is your last food. That's called circadian rhythm. You get up with the sunrise, before sunrise, Brahma Muhurtam. Before the sun, you should finish everything. And then, when the sun started setting, your both physical body and mental status should calm down. And your last meal should happen before the sunset. And then next day is Ekadashi. You don't eat after today's sunset. Entire next day is Ekadashi, no food. Only water if you are thirsty. And the very after the second day, today's evening you are stopping, tomorrow nothing. Day after tomorrow morning you should break your fast. That means almost 40 hours no food. Then the beauty will happen. You're repairing, your immunity will improve. People will call me, sir, immunity how to improve, sir? Can it happen overnight? Even if I say all this, why the nature is giving you mangoes now? It teaches you, eat mangoes now, have immunity, so that the June rains, whatever the diseases are that is propping up, it will contain the diseases. And eat sitaphala or any seasonal fruits. And then have a good practice of exercise. You should sweat out. That kind of exercise is required for everybody till 60, 70. After that, you can do yoga. We have time. First, you should do walking, brisk walking and running. Running, whatever is possible. I don't want you to run like thunder, Hussein Bolt. Whatever is your energy, you just do running so that your lungs and heart would gasp for air. That palpitation will happen. Then the circulation will improve like rain is cleaning up the channels and the roads. Your toxins that are being present entire your body are cleaned up with sweat or whatever, urine. Your entire circulation will improve. That is the beauty of brisk walking. That is, then you eat nice food, plenty of food with high fiber. So that entire day you're active or your mind will be on the work. Otherwise, if you eat junk, it is getting digested quickly. And it will give you some 300, more than 250 to 300 grams of glucose in your blood. You need only 5 grams of glucose always in the blood to keep you active like this. If there is excess glucose falling out of the junk food or fast food, what the body will do, it will consume whatever it wants, maybe 10 grams in 2 hours, and the remaining 250 grams of glucose, it will convert into glycogen and keep it in the liver and the muscles. And because it will use at a later time. Before it uses, you are again dumping with some biscuits, some bhaji, some cool drink, some fast food, some samosa, and again 1 o'clock biryani, 4 o'clock you are not hungry. Even then you put a tablet and then eat some other nonsense. And so much of calories, and it will become fat at some point of time. And when you want to eat in the morning, you don't have time. When you should not eat in the night, 12 o'clock, you are eating like a bakasura. So much of food and sleeping. So entire thing is converted to fat. Your tummy is so much, fat accumulation, sugar, they have so many. All problems because of late eating. First, whoever is seeing this video, you should stop eating by 6 o'clock. If you don't have time, stop at 5 o'clock. Eat some fruits and be happy for 2 days. Third day, you will not be hungry. Eat in plenty in the morning, like bakasura. Eat in plenty, no limitation. Whatever you want, enjoy your food. For half an hour, you sit. Keep a lot of time for eating in the morning. Some chutney, some sambar, tasty, you can enjoy like anything. Then the magic will happen. When I see people coming at 11 o'clock to the office, again going for lunch, 1 o'clock, what nonsense is this? Any animal will eat, hunt a deer and eat it plenty full. 2 days it will be just sitting on the tree, looking at the deers passing by, nothing will happen. It knows that it is full, and this knows that will not attack. Finished. Unless it is very hungry, little hunger may come, it won't hunt. Or it will just try and just stop it. And when it feels that it cannot get food, it will die, then only it will run, catch the deer and then eat it later and again rest for 3 days. Because we have access to food, entire day we are eating. This is nonsense, real nonsense. That's why when they say, once you are eating right food, you are yogi, right food. And twice you are eating, you are a bhogi, you can enjoy food. No animal will get 2 times food, timely food and all that. No, morning you eat and evening you eat, finish before sunset and enjoy your food. 3 times if you are eating, you are a rogi. So this is very serious proverb, no? If you are thinking to eat 3 times, you are not eating the right food. The most important thing is the air. If you have plenty of trees around your place or protect your forest, it will give you, cleans up the entire carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, nitrous oxide that's been polluting with vehicle traffic and all that. Give you nice, beautiful oxygen. Your hippocampus is very strong. That's why when you go to the village for a holiday, you sleep on the backyard or on the floor, rooftop floor. There at midnight you are awake and you are very fresh. You are seeing the star and the time is 1 o'clock. You slept only for 4 hours because your brain got sufficient oxygen to make you alert the entire day. Whereas day and all you spend in polluted area, night you close your windows and start some mosquito repellents inside the room. And you are inhaling the same air for 10,000 times in the night, 10,000 times in the morning. 10,000 times in the morning with the pollution because of vehicle movement and all that. It's already polluted. At least night when it is not polluted, open your windows and see that fresh air will come down and you should enjoy that fresh air. If you are chill, you have a sweater and other things, but you should let the fresh air in all the time. 10,000 times in one night. Very important. So Google and see. So air is important. That's why Munis and Rishis used to have pranayama, yoga, and they used to be very happy, very healthy. Eat this much food, that's all. We are eating bulky food and making up our tummies, but no strength. This is the beauty. And the next important thing is water. The flowing river water is always good, but we are polluted rivers. You know very well. So we at PrakruthiVanam in Madanapalli in Andhra Pradesh, we collect rooftop water, pass it through limestone, brick pieces, sand and charcoal and make them alkaline. What Virat Kohli is drinking alkaline water, we are drinking, all our laborers are drinking alkaline water and storing them underground in a sump. Entire year we used to drink that water. We are drinking that water. Even in our house, we have a stainless steel pipes. We carry the water through stainless steel pipes, food grade, and then we store them in the sump. Because sun is giving you the best reverse osmosis RO water, but it doesn't have minerals. So the minerals, how they come? When in the forest, the plants are drawing the minerals and nutrition from the soil, keeping them in their leaves and fruits and flowers. And when the purpose is over, they are dropping back to the soil. Soil microbes are converting this organic matter into minerals, soil. So this soil, when the rain comes, the red water which is flowing is a mineral water. Entire animals and birds are drinking that water. We are drinking clean water, clean bowled. Everybody is having throat pain, mouth pain, headache, so many issues. Dysentery, so many problems. So collect the rooftop rainwater when it is clean and healthy environment First rain you leave it, second rain you leave it. 1 square foot area in our place, which is drought prone, can give you 50 to 60 liters of water. 60 liters, 1 square foot. One room, which is 400 square feet, can give you about 20,000 liters. 25,000 liters. Leave that 5,000, 20,000 liters by 20 liters per day for drinking and cooking. Mineral rich water, because you are passing through limestone, brick pieces, sand and charcoal. And mineral 20,000 liters means 1,000 days you are getting water from your rooftop in a drought area. 2,000 days, that means almost 5 years water you are getting from your rooftop from one room. We are leaving all that water to the drain, to the rivers, and to the polluting them. Again, putting that water back into your reverse osmosis mission. So much of current waste, so much of money, membranes, maintenance, servicing, all nonsense. So these are all the things we should be very careful to protect the environment, have good air around you by growing a lot of trees and plants or live near to the forest. Drink alkaline water, which is river water. Boil it and cool it. Don't spoil the rivers. And eat organic, high fiber, rich foods and seasonal fruits. The health will just come like that.
What can a parent suggest kid to do in a day? Like, what should be the daily routine of a kid today?
See, first of all, they should sleep early, no? The day should start when you sleep early in the evening. The parents are partying till 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and even children are very busy on their phones or social media or whatever, where they are sleeping early. So, the day should start early, only when you sleep early in the night. Now it is almost 4 o'clock. Now, in another 2 hours, I'll be on my bed. I'll finish my dinner. So, your day should start with ragi malt or bajra flour malt. Bajra and ragi superfoods with jaggery. Even jowar you can try. Okay. And you should avoid using toothpaste, because the chemicals in the toothpaste are so dangerous, it will be damaging your beneficial microbes in the mouth. First, you should teach them to massage the gums so that the pumping of blood is better to the gums and make your gums stronger. 2 minutes, let them massage entire gums. Then you take any tooth powder which is not foaming. Any tooth powder is fine. Or you can make your own tooth powder with the charcoal, ground charcoal. You burn your coconut shell and then make a carbon and make it a powder. And then add cloves, some cloves. Okay. And some salt. That's all. Then take that a little bit, gums and the teeth gap, just put it a little bit and then ask them to put it entirely, and with a brush, you brush it only for 1 minute. And clean your tongue with the same brush. And the same brush you can use for 10 years. No need of changing any brush. Neem stick is fine, provided you are in the village. Cities, you can't have access to neem trees. Even if somebody is growing neem tree, in 6 months it can grow only this much. You're just nipping it off. It's not correct. Because people in cities have no access to the neem sticks. Otherwise, neem stick is best. So this is how your day should start. And then ask them to do, if they don't have time, let them do skipping. Boys or girls or whatever, 15 minutes non-stop or with 1 or 2 gaps, whatever. So your brain should be pumping blood, your heart should be pumping blood to the brain. If you have access, brisk walking and jogging is super. Okay. Before you go for a jog, you should have this ragi and bajra, ragi porridge, particularly ragi with jaggery. Minimum 2 glasses, half liter, minimum, or 1 liter, if you can. After that, you go for walking or jogging or do yoga, pranayama after half an hour. Nothing itself. What I am saying, half an hour may not be. You not consider it. You can go straight away after drinking also. After half an hour, you get urination and most of the water is gone. So people think after drinking you should not do after. See, after eating, generally you rest because the blood is now being pumped to the stomach for basic digestion. So half an hour you just rest it, not sleep actually. So that will be your first input to your body. As I said, you can use curry leaf if you have hemoglobin issues and other things. Go for a walk, come back and do your bath or whatever. And if you still have time, you can do Surya Namaskara, Pranayama, Yogasanas, all that you can do. If you don't have time, I recommend you to go for slow jogging. And children, some slow jogging and fast running. Slow jogging and fast running. Whatever they can, the body will allow them to do it. And then eat in plenty at 9 or 10 or whatever the time with the millet food. If you are very thin, some millet with ragi flour like mudda or bajra roti, jowar roti, ragi roti is fine. But foxtail millet, kodo, barnyard, brown top, a little millet, all these millets have high fiber. So if you are very thin and eating more of millets, you keep on losing weight. That is not good. So for people who have obese and very stout, they can have millet food in the morning and maybe jowar and bajra, what your elders were eating, or desi rice, organic desi black rice, red rice or unpolished rice in the evening. One meal you should be eating what your elders will be eating in the evening, less quantity. One meal with millet in the morning for everybody can become a very common phenomenon. Eat well in the morning. And evening when they come out, just water in the between. Children can have 3 meals. Doesn't matter. In the afternoon also they can have. And if you feed them with good food in the morning, they will not tempt themselves to go for chocolates and junk food. This is very crucial. You give them noodles in the morning, after half an hour they are hungry. They will take some biscuits or some cool drink or some bhaji or some junk food. Give them right food, one right meal in the morning before they leave home. Even elders, when they are leaving your home, eat in plenty, good food and then go. And evening when you come back, you eat before sunset. And play well. If you have time, make them interested in sports, like a very hard-working sports like basketball, shuttlecock, Kho-Kho, Kabaddi, all these games. And then evening when they come back home, give them some food which is rich in protein, like green gram or green chana or batani. They have rich in protein, no? They boil it and you go to a temple, they give Prasad. Like that with the coconut gratings and all, you put it nicely, you do, and then give them so much. Each day different thing. So that they are rich by 3, 4 o'clock when they come out, give them. And 7 o'clock, their dinner should be over. By the time you go to the sleep at 9 or 10 o'clock, your stomach should be empty. Your food would have been digested. Then your brain will have a nice, good sleep. If you eat at 12 o'clock and sleep for 2 hours, your brain will be working on your stomach, what you have eaten, veg or non-veg or this or that or chemical or fruits or so many things. And you will not get a deep sleep. So you sleep by 9, 10 o'clock, all light should be off. No bed light also. If there is a light, your melatonin hormone will not release properly, which gives you deep sleep. Now many people I have seen, they are running in the night. So if you run, you will get endorphins. That means to keep you happy. And night, your body is trying to sleep by producing melatonin hormone. So both will fight like Karna and Arjuna. What will happen? You want to sleep, you want to be awake. Big confusion, no? Just Google it and see. Whoever is seeing this video, Google and see to yourself. If somebody is exercising in America night 12 o'clock, why do you want to do it? Many people will ask me, sir, my duty is nights or what to do. Leave your job in the night, yeah, sleep. For half salary, work in the day and keep your health happy. Keep your health and be happy. This is what I advise. Don't compromise your health and your peace of mind for rupees. This is my advice to the children, to the parents, to the teachers.
We already discussed the value of money. We are offering a film for 1 rupee price. For the amount of topics discussed in this film, what is your suggestion whether the film is 1 rupee worth or not?
See, even in the film, I was suggesting you to keep at least 10 rupees or whatever, and you made it 1 rupee. And people may think that 1 rupee means that this may not be a good movie. See, this is what is happening now. If lipstick is 1,000 rupees, then only people will go and buy. If your shirt is 1,000 rupees with some crocodile brand, only it will there. So I don't know. See, you meant that everybody has to see, and it should be accessible to everybody. That's what you meant to make that movie Evam Jagat. And I enjoyed more than looking at the success of the movie or whatever. I enjoyed the local premises where we lived there, we showed there, the place. We come out of our routine and spend our time in the village there, near the tank, swam in the tank, spend our time there. That was a nice experience for us. And this message has to go to the entire people that you should live at least to a greater extent of what you think, no? The entire life, 70 years, you are living for somebody's passions and somebody's wishes. Then why are you born at all? This is my question. So, everybody will have their own vision and passion. At least after 30 or 40 years, if you cannot leave those jobs which are not fulfilling your wishes, which are not your passion, then leave it at least after 40. You are not going to earn like richest man in the world, no, anywhere. Whatever you work hard, then leave it. Don't have loans. You start living with a minimal living. 4 shirts, 4 pants, enough, no? Then spend your money for seasonal fruits, organic veggies, good food, and spend time with the nice friends and children, particularly in the park. Take some ball and then go and play with them like you are a child. They should wait for you. That uncle will come, Tata will come with a nice program, this game, that game, village game, without anything, some game, 1, 3, 4, some odd numbers, like that, be active, even elder. Then you will not have the problem of dementia, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, shivering problem and all that. When you think yourself that you are still young. People are now, after 40, I'm 40, I'm 50, I'm 60, I'm retired, finished. Why do you think like that? When your body is allowing you, you enjoy like a child. There are, of course, some people who are diseased at 20, 30. They are suffering already. When you are healthy, don't look at your age that you are 60 and all that. Just forget it. Be like a child. Don't act like a child, just be like a child. That's my advice.
Thank you. Thank you so much once again, Prasad sir. It was nice talking to you. And we'd like to have another episode where we talk about the entire rural entrepreneurship and a lot more aspects of it. We'll talk again in another podcast.
Yes, we have a lot of other aspects to cover. How I came back to my town and started PrakruthiVanam and giving employment for about 100 people.
Right.
Now starting agriculture in Africa, where the soils are very rich, still very healthy. and so much of scope in the world because of the globalization. You can go and do anything anywhere, no? So much of scope for the elders. Now, because of this artificial intelligence and chat GPT and all that, your entire jobs are going into ruin. Many thousands of jobs are being lost. So now it is time that whatever you have intelligence in environment management, health management, eco-living will attract many people. That's why we're planning for a nature cure center in PrakruthiVanam, where we give them right food with millets and all this whatever we're now talking will happen, and they get rid of the disease and go and practice the same thing in their home, like cooking in the earthenware, organic, by cooking in organic, consuming organic food and all that. So we'll have a lot of things to cover in the next episode. Thank you very much, Dinesh. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, sir. Okay.